Hello, Teaquilters. It's T of Teaquilts, and it is Wednesday, July 31st, 2024, and we're here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for live sew and chat. So let me get situated here and pull you guys up so I can read the chat comments, and we'll get started. Let's see. All right. So let's change our settings for messages. To all messages. So hello, I hope everybody is having a great day. I have been busy. I totally forgot about people would be calling me to go out to lunch and things like that. So Sunday I went to play bingo, and then I went to a dinner that my sister had for me with my family. And I thoroughly enjoyed both of those activities. My niece actually showed up at bingo, so that was a surprise. She showed up. And then I went out to lunch 2 other days. So, yeah, today I have been busy with retreat information for 2025, collecting payments, communicating with different people. So, depositing checks that I've gotten. So, and crediting people from the various online payment sources. So, trying to make sure that I've got everybody documented that their retreat has been paid. Their first payment was due by the 31st of July. So let's see who's in the chat now. We've got Iris Cell Ladies, and good evening, Miss T, and everyone in chat. Still very hot here in Florida. Had to quit work at 2 p.m. as it reached 100 degrees in my loft, sewing with my coffee while I watch you. So that's awesome. It's been hot here. I think yesterday we got up into the high 90s, and I think we had like 112, 13 heat index. And they said if we didn't get a shower, which we did, thank goodness, that we would have been at 125 heat index. There is no playing with that. Darla Newton is here. Hey, Darla, welcome to the chat. Saying good evening from the St. Louis suburbs where it is 90 degrees. I'm looking forward to the string demonstration. Had ordered a couple of bags of scraps, and they are almost all tiny strings. So I'm going to be working with the smallest because I cut down those strips. I just uploaded a video, Darla, if you haven't seen it, last Friday, I think. And I was showing you how I had gotten some cotton cuts, die cutting things, and then how the fabric was left after that. And so I have been cutting those, and I got like bags of larger ones. I don't even know what I did with the larger bags. Oh, I see it. And I had these little small connector pieces, so I'm just going to be sewing with these today. But I showed you how I cut and got to this level. And they're small too, and I figured if I put these in a bag and don't sew them now, that I would never sew them. So I'm trying to sew them now. Nikki B is here, saying it's 94. Kim R is here. C. Joy Creations is here. Guess who? Nancy, Bonita Nance is here. Michelle the Quilter, saying, did you receive my email on Monday? Yes, anybody that won a gift, I think there were 2 people that did not forward their mailing information, and so they haven't been mailed. Everybody else that sent me an email, I have forwarded your prize. I can't remember who the 2 people were. I can't remember. I didn't have in my mailing stuff. If I typed your name in and it didn't automatically pop up, I did not go looking for your email address because I asked everyone numerous times throughout the live to please send me your mailing address. So that's where we are. So if you sent me an email, your gift was mailed on Monday, which means you should be getting it starting tomorrow and Friday. Melina Montoya is here, Brenda Foley, Sin Forrest, Dolores Phelps, Sue GSD says we have 329 days until the best day ever. I personally don't care how hot it is, at least it's not snowing. That is funny. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, baby. Yeah, so thank you. My birthday was Sunday. And I had a good time. Claudette Hall is here. Vivian Calvi, Carla Ford. Where you been, Carla? Remo JS is here reminding people to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to show your love and support. Thank you. For the reminder, also join us over on our Facebook page. It's Teaquilts LLC. You must answer 4 questions in order to gain admission. If you don't answer the 4 questions, I just deny your request. So make sure that you answer those 4 questions. Leetta Bryant is here. We missed you at Scrap Club, lady. Deborah Holloway is here. Let's see. Quilt Gal is here. Carissa Renninger says her power is out, had 90-mile-per-hour winds. Oh my gosh. Praying for you, girl. Hopefully it comes back on soon. So sorry about that. I hate when I'm sitting with no power. That's one of the reasons why I bought the Jackery power station, because I can always plug in at least lights and charge our devices and things like that. Now, that Jackery power station will also can recharge with via, what do you call it? I don't know what you call the things. Now I'm blocking the name. But it can charge from the sun with the solar panels. That's it. But I got like family that lives 2 different directions. No, 3 houses. We're really 4 houses within 10 minutes of my house that I can go and charge the Jackery. So I didn't even buy the solar panels. But yeah, so if I ever need to charge it, I just go to somebody else's house. It only takes about 3 hours, if that much, to charge it plugged in. So it's no big deal. So, and I can sit at their house while it's charging. So yeah. T. Roberts is here. Melinda C. is also in the chat. So welcome everybody to the chat. I just got a few more cards in the mail. Wanted to go over that. And then I also wanted to show you that this was the card that I showed you all that came from Remo, Miss Vivian, Carla, and Sheila. And what I didn't know until later on was that I thought when this thing told me to press here, that was because it needed for me to fold it. So I just pressed to use that side to set the card up. I didn't know that it really meant press here. Like for real. And then it lights up. Just too cute. So I thought I would show you all that. It actually lights up. So it's really pretty. So thank you for a beautiful card. Okay, I was finna press here so I could end it, but it ended. I probably would have started it over again. So that's pretty cool. So my chat I had to go back out and come back into chat. And it's sitting up here at top messages when I have to do that, because it wasn't giving me any messages. I saw them coming up on my screen, but they were not showing up in this list. I don't know what's up with this. It's a little frustrating. Yolanda Riza is here. Sheila Willis. Kim R. Did you receive the email? No, I've told you on Facebook. I responded to your ask on that I never received an email from you. So it must not have got sent, or it's lost out in cyberspace. So I didn't see it come into my junk mail either. I looked in both places. So I think I responded on Facebook when you asked me. Minnie Doula is here. Let's see. I didn't win a dime at bingo. Hi, Christina. Welcome. Mona Did What is here. Carla says, I'm officially retired, ma'am, as of 3 p.m. my time. Oh, my goodness. Well, it's time to party. I know you happy. Don't have to listen to the peanut gallery anymore. Dorothy Battle is here, saying her rent's paid. Thank you so much for hitting that thumbs up button. People are giving congrats to Carla. That is truly wonderful. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. So I got just a couple more cards here. I just want to acknowledge. This one's from Sharon Lewis. And she says, each and every day is a gift, right here. And then it says, T, hope your birthday and the year ahead hold more laughter, more happy surprises, and more wonderful memories than ever before. Sincerely, Sharon Lewis. And then she enclosed a gift. And then I think this, wonder if this is retreat. Yeah, she's paying for her retreat. She paid, so she'll be paid in full, because she paid a payment at retreat that I didn't even get to write down. So, okay, I didn't realize there was a check in here. And I'll check on the t-shirt thing, because when you got it, I kind of felt like you had prepaid for that, but I wasn't sure. So I'll check on that. She's got a note about her t-shirt that she thinks she paid twice. I almost think she did too. So I'll just reimburse her back for that. And then this card is from Claudette Bettis. On your special day, try to imagine how priceless you are to the God who created every amazing detail of who you are for his special purpose. That's a pretty cake. And says, Dear T, celebrate you in all the ways God makes the world delightfully better through the gift of you. Happy birthday. Love, Claudette. Thank you, Claudette and Sharon. And I will put this right here. I got to remember to get Sharon's retreat payment out. And then before I even start sewing, I wanted to share with you all that I went back through all of my Amazon purchases, trying to see if I had ever purchased double fold elastic. And I had. It was in 2018. So I went looking in my elastic, and of course I couldn't find it, and it wasn't in the elastic. So I went and bought online to Amazon, and I bought some more elastic. Now the elastic that I purchased before, it was like your tone-on-tone browns, beiges, things like that. Well, this time I got to have fun, and I went and bought all the colors. So I got like all the colors. So I'm just going to show you on the side. So all the different colors of double fold elastic. And this will be what I will use to, this is what I will use to use those memo holders. This is about 5/8 of an inch. They said that it's a little bit shorter than like by Annie's. It's not as wide, even though by Annie's is 5/8 of an inch, and this is supposed to be 5/8 of an inch. That's what they said in the chats. I'm just putting 5/8 of an inch because on here they've got 1.5 millimeter. And you know that means nothing to us in the USA. Unless you're an engineer or something. So I'm just writing 1.5 on there. So yeah, so now I got some that I can play with stuff and have some elastic that I won't have to like go through a whole lot. At least I'll have the color. It may not be the right color, but at least if it's red, I'll have red. If it's blue, I got a blue. So I'm looking forward to that. So I wanted to share that with you because I forgot to show that to you as well. Let's see who else has come in. Zella McKenzie, welcome to the chat. I thought somebody else did. Maddie Barnum. She says your birthday gift is on its way. Okay. Thank you so much. I will let you know when it comes. Judy Smith is here. Joe Carmel Perkins. And and Judy is saying happy belated birthday. Thank you. And I think that's it. Sharon Lewis just came in. I just said I got your envelopes in the mail. And I think that's it, right? Looks like it. Okay. So I have been working on other sewing projects that I'm not able to like share. So it is what it is. So I can't really show what I've been working on, but I have been doing a little bit of sewing, just trying to get some things completed. So these are all half square triangles. I won't be working with these right now. For these half square triangles pieces, I'm just going to die cut some other half square triangle ends, or even put these on a die cut machine and cut all of these. But I won't be working on those today. What I will be working on is that I got so much stuff up here, is I had all of these long strings that I cut. It's so easy to use the long strings, but I also cut all of these little short ones too. So I want to go ahead and start sewing this into something. These shorter pieces, just sewing them together. I still got stuff up here interfacing. So I'm just going to start sewing this stuff together. I don't have any rhyme or reason for it. I'm trying to figure out, do I want them to match? So maybe I might make sets. See if I can do that, because it's going to be some that nothing is going to go with. Like this is Tula. This is K Facet. This one here has purple in it. It's not really the right color of purple, but you know, maybe I can start with that. This is, I want to say this is Tula too. So maybe it may not be Tula, but it looked like it could pass for Tula. So we're going to put this over with the greens. It can be just a fabric line maybe. I don't know. I don't think this is Tula. This is not Tula. This is something else. But, you know, it's going for right now. So maybe I'll just do things that match. These are some pinky. I don't have much of this. This is Kaif. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what I can use, what I can't use. And we're going to go from there. This can go with the blues. And then I've got those whites. This probably can go with the blues too. I'll put all the blues and whites together. All right. So basically, I'm just going to be sewing this stuff together. Like I said, no rhyme or reason. Just making pieces of fabric that I can later cut and use somewhere. And I'm just now noticing that I am sewing with black thread. And I don't want to do that. And I also have a black bobbin. We don't want to do that. As I said, I'm sewing on something else, so. Oops. Got my remote fell out. I got the Olympics on. Although I don't get to look up that often. So I finally got a piece of mail from Sharon in a timely manner, because it's been like really weird how the mail's been working. Mail coming 3 weeks later and stuff. Just weird. So, okay. I'm trying to get this open so I know it's in there. I think so. All right, we will just use this one since it's right here. We won't move it. If it's one thing, I've learned how to thread the Juki without looking. I don't have to thread it so many times, and it's totally different than the brother. All right. Remo says, not Tula. I didn't think so. I think this is somebody on Free Spirit, but it's not Tula. But I'm putting it over there. It can go over there with that. All the colors, all the prints, they kind of look like they belong. So it'll be okay. Because I don't think I'm going to have a color. Uh-oh, I forgot I got to put this back on too. So I'm just using the edge of my presser foot to sew, because it doesn't matter what the seam allowance is. I'm just making fabric. And then I'll just cut this. Okay, I keep turning my foot pedal. So again, I've already shown how I got to these pieces in a video that I uploaded on Friday. So if you don't know how to, trying to make sure I got this the right way, because I got like wedges here. So all I'm going to do is like sew some of these pieces together till I get to a certain width, and then I will take these and trim them across the top and bottom to make them even. I just had a thread stuck out. See all the trimmings? Strings are going to be your worst thing as far as having excessive threads hanging everywhere, because the fabrics fray. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, all the little fabric fraying. Yeah. It's not something that I like about strings. That's probably the only thing I hate about strings. But I have to go through there and get them all done anyway. So yeah. Vivian says, I'm still excited about the retreat. I had such a good time. I just keep smiling when I think about the retreat. Now that's cool. I was thinking about retreat and the people that were there. And I went out to dinner with Sarah. Some of you all know her from retreat. Went out to lunch, not dinner, lunch. And she was saying, well, she was saying that she was proud of what Teaquilts is doing. And then, and she was saying, I said, yeah, I said, I know that we were talking about retreat. And I told her, I said, yeah, I know this retreat's a little different for you all, because you all are not used to like all the different activities that we have at retreat. We might have somebody teaching something, but like the games and gifts, sometimes, you know, the gift drawings that we do, things like that, they're not used to all of that at the regular retreats. But I tried to tell, I was explaining, she wasn't complaining, but I was just explaining how it feels more like a family reunion to me more than a quilt retreat. And it's because, you know, people I haven't seen in a while, and then just doing all of the housewarming things, because most times we go to retreat locally. We know everybody at retreat, so we don't need icebreakers to make sure, you know, other people are communicating with other people, especially people that come by themselves. This is one of those retreats that I think you'll do well if you decide to attend by yourself. So, retreat, I guess 37 people. Today I'll know how many people I actually have by how many people have paid or respond to the emails that I've been sending out for payment. So yeah, so that's where we are. I've had, I don't know, about 6 people cancel, because I've been wanting to make really, really clear that if you think something's going on that you don't have dates for next year, don't pay for a retreat, because I can't refund you once I've already signed a contract, and then I have to get to that number before I can even I'm obligated for all of that. And then I still have other stuff that I have to get and buy for Retreat 2025. So also have to schedule the bus. So if you know or think there's a chance that you can't attend retreat next year, please don't pay for your retreat, because I'm not going to be able to refund you. I've had at least 3 to 4 people wanting money back. And I've specifically said at sign up and everything that that's just not something that I can do. I had one person that had paid in 2022 for 2024's retreat, couldn't come to 2024's retreat, so I transferred her deposit to 2024, now can't come to 2024. And there's nothing that I can do. You know, I have already paid that facility. All of these facilities at some point have no refund on retreat payments. I have, and some of them like would give me like 6 months before. This one has no refund from day one. No refund. So everything that I've already paid, I'm not getting back. I don't know why my fan is so low. Y'all, I bought me a fan. My husband told me, how come you didn't show them your fan? I bought a fan. It's so cute. It wasn't cheap either. But let me go get it, because I'm hot. I don't know where I'm putting it, but I got it. But this is my cute little fan. It's called the Woo-Zoo. Isn't that cute? It was weird how stuff that's black and white costs more money. And it's like, I don't care what it costs if it's going to work, but it manually oscillates up and down, so you can tilt it to where you want it. But I bought this for my long arm area because I have a little one. It'll tilt, but it won't oscillate. So as I'm moving along the long arm, I lose air. So I'm trying this one out to see if it'll work. But I got to see which way is the big part to put this plug in. Don't want to electrocute myself. And then it does oscillate the other way. But I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to tilt it up. And we're going to sit it here so I can get some air. Oh, it's already on oscillation. And it feels pretty good too. It's got like 5, well, I guess off. It's got 6 power sources. Okay, and I'm just trying to stop it where it sits right on my face. Sharon says she likes Joe Cormel's color of the background in her D2M quilt. Kim says she had a good time too, meeting y'all at retreat too. I agree. I smile when I think of it. My brother is here saying hi to everyone. Remo loves Kim's skirt. Thinking of Kim's skirt, I think that might be a retreat project next year. We'll see. And then I also have one other thing that's going to be a retreat project as well. So, because I plan on having me a skirt. Jim says, hello, storms are over, so I can get on now. Somebody else said that they had 90-mile-per-hour winds and they lost power. They don't even have power. That was Carissa. Yeah, I read it, Sharon. You just came on a little bit late. Right after I finished is when you came in. I read it. Thank you so much. And I'll reimburse you back for the t-shirt too. I don't know how I do that when you do checks only, girl. And I still haven't, I know I still got to do your shirt as well. Benita says, yes, it's fantabulous retreat and so awesome to see familiar faces who have become our quilt family. So yes, it's like a family reunion. Yeah. Because it was weird because I had met everybody through chats and didn't really meet people like face to face, but just meeting people in the chats. I'm going to need some heat. First of all, I need to put some water in this iron. Because we're going to have to do some pressing on these. I didn't press my strips ahead of time. On strings, if they're not like really, really bad, I don't worry about it. I'll press it because I'm going to be starching fabric. Once I get it all sewn together, I starch it anyway. So, yeah, we'll let that do that because we're going to need to be pressing with a heated iron. But, Sharon says, I enjoyed the retreat. You're correct. It's like a reunion as well as fun meeting new quilters. Yes. And that's why I said, if, some people be concerned about coming by themselves. When you're a quilter and you go somewhere with quilters, nobody is a stranger at that point. I try as best as I can to match people with like people. And I don't know anybody until I meet you the first time. So I try to match people up. And if that situation doesn't work out, it's okay for you to email me privately and say, I would like to do something else if I come to another retreat. That's fine, because I don't know. And I don't know if personalities aren't meshing if nobody tells me. So otherwise you'll be stuck with that same person, okay? So just let me know it's okay. And we can have, other people meet, Sometimes I might inadvertently put somebody that's quiet with somebody that's super talkative, and that may not work out, I do the best I can. Deborah Holloway is here, says, I will send my retreat payment tomorrow. Okay. I sent out notices today in email, so I've been having people respond to retreat stuff. And, I have deadline dates. The deadline dates give me a chance so that I can get all the final paperwork done when October hits, which is really going to be November. So I do understand that sometimes deadline dates don't work for everybody, But I'm trying to work within when I know I need to get stuff to the next level, you know, with the people that I'm dealing with. So I can't schedule our bus trip until, you know, I get money to pay that bus. So that's why, you know, I have these deadlines, because I like to get my stuff scheduled as quickly as I can so that I know that our dates are on their calendar and we won't be canceled out if something happens, you know. So I'm just pressing some of these pears that I've sown. It's pretty, pretty. Just little pieces, talking about pretty, pretty. Just pretty fabric, you know. Otherwise, I will put this in the trash if I don't sew it now. And I'm trying not to do that. So then I'm just putting pairs together. And I talked about this in my video Friday. I'm just doing these small pieces because I know I'll pitch them if I don't do something right away. I don't normally sew all the time on Wednesday chats, but this is sitting in my way. If I put it in a bag, it'll never get sewed. So I thought I'd start. Anybody else have comments? Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yes, retreat is wonderful, and I love meeting new folks too. Yes. Maddie says it is cute. Yes. I love any fabric that can be used for sure. So it'll just add some accent into some project that I'll be making. Say, like if I made those sticky notepad holders, I can use this as a strip in the cover that's on the outside, you know. So, yeah. Just a way of, you know, utilizing some fabric here. And this is a 2-1, so I've got more. I'm just going to sew them up. So that's a pair. So what are you guys sewing on? What's your quilting project currently? Let me know in the chat. Uh-oh, my thread broke. Like, why that happened? Did my bobbin run out? Yep. Well, I don't know. I don't think so, because it's coming out the bobbin, so that didn't. It wasn't the bobbin. Trying to make sure that the last things I sewed really sewed. Okay. We'll try this again. Okay. Hold this. Wasn't threading it right now. Make sure it's in the thread guide back there. I know this is a used bobbin, but it's got more thread on it than what I've sewn. Okay, so those are all okay. And then I don't have my big, the Juki table up here because if I do, I can't iron over here because it's so big. But it has a nice little measuring thing on it that I wish I had up here so I could tell you the size of these strips without having to go get my ruler. The length of them anyway. So they are about 3.5. So I figure I'll be cutting like a 3-inch strip off of these. And then I'll be using them wherever I can. I'll be, if I need something, say 6 by 9, I can cut them 6 inches wide. And then cut a top and a bottom to make it a 6 by 9. So just making fabric. I want to sew these so that the top is sort of kind of aligned. So when I go to trim, I lose less as possible. Because I definitely want a 3-inch strip as a minimum. I am not getting chat comments again. And every time I have to go out, Sue says, if you have to have a fan, it may as well be cute. She's so silly. That's the last chat comment I got. It's like it just stops giving me chats. And then if I go out and come back in, I've got to tell it I want all messages again. So I don't know what's up with that. It's all kind of chats in here. I got to go back and tell it all messages. All messages. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Rhonda O is here saying hello from Houston. Hi, Rhonda. And yes, people blended. It was great. Sharon says, you're welcome. We'll figure it out. No rush. I still have long arm project. Okay. What I'll do then is I'll just go in my computer and put it in there as a payment because I think I have your other one in there as a payment. Brenda Perkins is here saying her rent's paid. Thank you, ma'am, for hitting the thumbs up. Anita Scott's here. Hi, Anita. Welcome, welcome. Elaine Doucette's. The love of sewing is the bridge. Yes. Paula S. is here saying good evening, TNT Quilters from Southern Maryland. Mona's leaving. Bye, Mona. So that probably was a while ago. Thumbs up on matching. So Remo is asking you to step out. Hit the thumbs up button and step right on back in. So thank you. T for quilt backs. Do you buy 108 fabrics to make it easier? Typically use 44, 45. I do a combination of both. What I do, I'm one of those people that my backs don't have to match the front. A lot of people do. If I've got old fabric in my stash that I no longer like, I start by trying to group them by colors. And then once I do that, I just start sewing them 45-inch lengths together. And then as I need quilt backings, I'll cut off of those and use them for quilt backings. And then after I do that so many times, because it's a little bit of work, but at least I'm not throwing the fabric away. I'm not selling the fabric. I'm actually using it. And then after I do that so much, then I'll reward myself by being able to purchase a 108 or use a 108 because I tend to buy my 108s when they're on sale, but then I make myself only use them, as a reward for doing some piece backs. Because I take all of my piece backings that are left over, the extra pieces that you have to use to put it onto the long arm, I take those and sew all of those together and I make back. So I'm always finding ways to use my, this is the wrong way. I'm always finding ways that I can use the pieces of fabric because they're already in long lengths. So I have like 3 videos on the different ways that I make quilt backs on YouTube. So you can check those out and look at that. I show it in detail how I make all of my quilt backs. Trying to make sure that I have the, I sewed that one wrong. It'll still work. I'm trying to sew with the floor, with this print on the bottom, so that when I go to line them up, they're all lined up from that top. But you know, sometimes we forget. It's no big deal though. Let's see. Elaine Doucette's, I read that, I'm sorry. Oh, she's saying the bridge of different personalities, yeah. Making the red and white and blue table topper, just putting the layers together, that's June. So awesome, awesome, making a patriotic quilt. Kim is finishing blocks for her sampler class Saturday on the last two now. I don't want to finish, but I don't want to show up to class empty-handed while others show theirs off. Got that right. Christina says, I've been into hand stitching, slow stitching, freeform, crazy patchwork squares. I love those. People don't understand that, but it's like you get into these, you make stuff that looks like it's been complicated to piece, and it's all handwork. I like that. Vivian's cutting 2.5-inch squares. Vivian's always cutting 2.5-inch squares. She loved 2.5-inch squares, I believe. Claudette says she was gifted a Kenmore 117.8.1 and a featherweight. Oh my goodness, girl, what gown? And she says, I'm in the process of cleaning and oiling them. That's cool. Dolores is working on a t-shirt quilt. I am at the ironing on interfacing stage. Yes, yes. Sharon says, thanks. And then Holly Duvall says, good evening. So, yeah. So, I got all of your envelopes here. When I go and start processing your checks, I'll just put that in there for Sharon. So, I got it all over there. I processed other checks today, sent out for people that had paid, and so I'll do another one tomorrow once I get some more people that paid today. Or somebody said they're going to pay tomorrow too, so I'll try to wait for that. Because I'm sending them out in batches, because since my emails are not sending out continuous one emails here and there, I'm trying to make sure that I'm sending them out in batches. This is a little bitty one I would normally put in the trash can, but we'll try it, girl. We'll try it. I got about 5 more. Should have enough over here. About 5 more of these purple ones. Just trying to use what I have. So sometimes when you're using strings, you can use all of your fabrics. It doesn't matter. You just randomly sew them. And right now I'm just trying to sew some stuff together that sort of kind of will match, because if I use them, since they're so tiny and I use them, I want them to kind of look decent together. They don't have to be perfect, just decent. So when I go pull the remaining fabric, it'll sort of kind of match this, hopefully. Some kind of purple, maybe. We'll see what I come up with. Hi, Holly. Brenda says she's making baby quilts for local home, I guess. And Paula says, T, what email do we use to contact you? I got your text message. I forgot to respond. I was out at the post office when I got it. Or when I read it anyway. I just forgot to respond. I saw it. I think you texted me. I can read emails. Sometimes I'm responding to them and they just don't send stuff back. Uh-oh, my iron cut off. Okay. Hopefully it'll come back really soon. This is cool because I got some extra pink I can throw over there with that cafe stuff too. Because I don't have many different pieces with that. It'll work over there. Pink and purples. Yeah, I got your text message. Yeah. Like I said, I will probably I think Paula was asking me when will I be long arm quilting. I probably will not be long arm quilting until like mid to late August starting, and then I'll just go through the list of people who quilts I have. I think I never stated when I was going to start back quilting because I stopped. I did long arm quilting, stopped in May so that I could get ready for the retreat for June. So, yeah. So I am in the process of trying to organize all the stuff from retreat. I've got most of it done. I got my carts. I was trying to like do some stuff in my garage. And then every time I go out trying to do that, we have one of those hot days. And so I gotta do stuff in my garage as well as my storage shed since I got my garden storage shed. I think I'm going to use some of that for storage, but I'm going to have to clean out some stuff that we're not using. So, but it's either we get too hot or we get a thunderstorm. So I haven't been able to do that. So I got stuff all on top of my long arm that's sorted that needs to be put up. I went through a lot of stuff and got rid of things that is staying on the shelves. So I'm kind of going through years and years of storage. So it's taking me a while. I threw away a lot of stuff. I know my husband was glad. But it's some stuff I think I want to go through the garage and the shed and throw away stuff that I know we're not going to use. So also been trying to contact somebody about like regular home stuff too. So it's a lot going on. All right. Just to get them pressed open so these little bitty pieces won't keep flopping back on themselves. This one I think I've stitched upside down. It'll be all right. And I want to take that other 2-piece off just in case I need it at the end. Take this one off. I'll get it pressed. So I'll show you what these pairs look like when I open them up. Gonna be very skinny seams on some of them. But long as I can see it, long as it's bigger than 3 3/4 of an inch or larger, I'm okay with that. Just that when I have a whole lot of them in the fabrics, I thought the fabrics were pretty decent. The solid blue I wasn't really happy with. I don't like navy blue as much, but I used it anyway. Okay. Trying to push this up. Hi, Monty Pep. Welcome to the chat. They got they're just showing the highlights from today on the men's gymnastics. So, unfortunately, USA men are not on the individual podium. Unfortunately. Uh-oh. It's those long strings, boy. You have some threads on string blocks when you're making them, that's for sure. And I don't want them to get caught up in my presser foot. All right. I got to press that one because I got one left to go with it. And then I can press these twos. Little bitty babies. But they're better than not being used at all. So these are what my fours look like. Here's another one. So yeah. Oops. Trying to get the ends that are closest together toward the top. And sew these two together. Sewing the fours together. I'm almost finished with these. I think I got some twos down here I need to cut. No, these are fours. Sew two pairs together. And then whatever I have left, like after I cut whatever I cut out of these, I'm not so much worried about it because I made something out of something that normally would go into the trash in the first place. So I've saved a good chunk of fabric. So it's no big deal. Put this back on while I sew some other pieces. Still got to press those. And I don't know what size they are now. I can measure when I do the 8s. I got 8 pieces together on my machine. They might be bigger than 6 inches, but that's okay. And 6 inches, I'm also gonna have to trim from that. If I do in the hoop, it's the size, the minimum size I need. So, like I said, there's no telling what I'll do with them. But I know I can use them as some accent. Oh my goodness, lots of strings. Cut some of them off. I'll press some of these because it's going on 8 o'clock. One, two, 3 and 4. Okay, and they grow really fast. See, now I've got this. And there are so many things that you could do with strings. And they all little different sizes. So some of them are longer than others based on the width. So let's, I'm gonna sew all of these together. This color combination, so I'll have them all done. Just because. Then I won't have to come back to this combination. It'll be done already. Trying to see if I could put some of the smaller ones with some of the bigger ones too. Just to mix it up a little bit. Well, let's see. And I'm hoping that I got 6 inches on all of them. And if I don't, I'll just, because like I said, they're going to be trimmed down. I might can just trim them down or put a piece on each side. And then I still have the whole print, because what's going to be trimmed will be, it will be trimmed off the sides anyway. I have to see what I can do. We'll figure it out. Because we're going to use it. And then I'll just trim one of these up just so you can see it trimmed before we leave. Because I know sometimes you see people doing strings and then you don't see them do anything with them. So maybe I'll come back and make one of those little memo things or a wallet or something like that to show you where I'm using the strings too. This one looks short. Where's my ruler for measuring? It's just shy of 6 inches, so it'll be fine because it gets trimmed off. So now all I want to do really is trim the widths. So I'm going to take some of this off of here because we don't want this stuff to go flying everywhere. And trim some of these up. So I know the little memo pad thing was like 4.5, so 6 inches is enough room for you to have space to lay it into the hoop. So this will be just fine. And I can cut 3 inches, which is what I wanted, to be able to cut 3 inches. Three inches is what I was hoping for. And I'm gonna go across the top to square it up on this side. And then square up this final end here. All right, so here's a squared up piece now. So now it looks like more of a piece of fabric, and this is just say 3 by 6. It's a little bit, this one's a little bit shy of it. It's like 5 3/4. But like I said, now I'll go find some fabric. Even if I use white, you know, I wouldn't use white because white would get dirty too fast. But even if I use white, you know, I could just use a white fabric with that and it'd be really pretty. And it'll look like I planned to do all of that instead of utilizing some scraps. This ruler is so long. I'll be trying not to do that. And then the ruler I want is the one that's holding all the other rulers, okay? Something that I can square up with. So this one's a little bit shorter. It's about 3/8 of an inch too short, but again, it's big enough for what I need it for. So that'll be cool. And then I'm just squaring up the end, so when I do add stuff to it, it's already squared up. I don't have to worry about that. So again, just another one that I just squared up. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I am going to square up these remaining units. Count them. See, I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 of these total. So I will square these up, and then that's less of these hanging out that are not doing anything. So now they're in usable format for me. So let me see if anybody else had any other comments of what I can answer. Yes, ma'am. We're usually glad when you get rid of your stuff. Yeah, the stuff you know you ain't gonna use. It's like I had to go in there and it was like stuff I really wanted. Like I threw away magazines because it's like I can donate the magazines, I can get the magazines, but it's like I'm getting rid of this right now because I'll go to bed and wake up in the morning and change my mind. But if it's in the trash can, I'm not dumpster diving. That's one thing Teaquilts don't do is go to, trash cans that have other trash in them. It's different if it's a trash can at retreat or something. I may or may not. Most times I don't because I don't even go through retreat trash cans. But I just, once I put it into the trash, I know I'm done with it. June says, T, where would I find a washable lining to make snack bags? You need like PUL fabric. You might can find it on Amazon. Let me see. I haven't been on Amazon. It's not down here in my quick things. I haven't been on there since I ordered my stuff for my birthday. PUL fabric. I think that's what they use. It's waterproof fabric. I see it on here by Mook Fabric. Let me just press on it and get out so you can know what you're looking for. And I'll just share this link with you. See if I can get in here. I forget I should be doing it on that phone. But then I have to get in and out of chat. So that doesn't work either. Teaquilts Live. Go right here. And I got to cut this volume down on this one. Okay. And then chat. I'll just pop it in the chat here. I don't know if I deleted something. Paste. And then put it there. Hopefully that links work for you. Ken's laughing at me. Ha dumpster dive. Janet saying good night. Good night, Janet McCarroll. Good night from Sharon. Good night, everybody. People are a lot of people saying good night. Sandy says Yahoo to strings, right? C Joy Creations, Bonita. They came out nice. Yes. I'm like, the stuff that you look at and you be like, it is just trash. And it's like, no, this is going to be an accent piece now. And it's going to look like I planned it. Most times we do accent pieces, it'd be one piece of fabric. And if I really wanted to accent even more, I could cut these into 1.5 inch pieces. And then I have 2, So, because it's like I said, I don't have, what did I do with my sister's, I don't know what I did with the one I said I was going to say that I had done the memo pad with an A. I'm working on different projects that I be trying not to show y'all, so then stuff get buried. That's why I have all the stuff back behind the screen over here. So y'all can't see it all. And then I can't find it because it's like I get other stuff put on top. Because I bought, it's probably in a bag. This is the purse. I forgot all about it. I got to finish this purse. We'll do that Saturday. I wouldn't have had enough time today. I thought I put it in a bag. This is a different bag. This is my square and a square. I still need to make 10. I was 10 short of cutting. Let's see. This is it. Goodness gracious. My goodness. But like, let's see what the width of this is finished. 1, 2, 3.5 finish. So I basically need 4 inches of fabric, but when they start, they tell me that I need 6 inches of fabric. And I thought, since this is the front, that this is the front, you have the initial on it. I thought, and I haven't flipped this one out. Let me flip it out. I haven't sewed it up. That's why I hadn't flipped it back. I put it back. So, like you have a pocket on the inside. I could put a strip in the middle, or I can put the strip on the back side too. You know, so I thought that I could just use those little accent pieces on here. And let's see how long it is finished. 6 inches by 7. So 6 by 7 is the, no, 3.5 finished by 7. So you need a 4 by 7.5 as a minimum. But, you know, the pattern says cut it 6 inches wide, so I have room to put it into the frame. So, yeah. So that's what this is. And I need to flip this back so I remember that I've got to sew this opening closed. That's why it's not flipped out. But, yeah. And it could even go on the front underneath the circle for the monogram too. So, where would I find? I got that question. And I think I've answered everything else. Let me go to the bottom just to make sure. You're welcome, June. So that's going to be it, guys. I will see you back here Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2-hour live sew and chat. And we're going to finish this because we started last Saturday. So that's good. Keep it on the same Saturday instead of doing it on Wednesday. And then we'll get this bag finished, okay? All right. I will see you all then. You all stay blessed. Be safe, everybody, and quilt out.